Hey, welcome to your day off. My name is Corey, and I'm sitting here at the table with all the hot girls. To my left here is Gabby. Gabby is the managing editor of Beauty Launchpad. I'm sorry, it's managing editor Beauty Launch. It's too tongue twisty, man.
It's managing editor of Beauty Launchpad magazine.
That's still a lot, but it's perfect. Thank you. Hey, welcome to the table. Also at the table is my friend Sophia Smith. Sophia, she joined us this weekend, all the way from Maryland. She came down from Maryland with us, but we're excited here. It's not super loud here, so it might throw you off when I say this, but we are live at Premiere Orlando. Big fat shout out to our friend Rachel Brill, who is our contact point here at Premiere. She's been taking care of us for many, many years here. So Rachel, if you're listening in, thank you so much. Thank you for every year. You make it so easy, and we like easy. But yeah, so this is our very first podcast of the weekend. Pretty stoked about it. I love this show. This is like my, I don't know what we'd call it, like
your Super Bowl.
Kind of, yeah, it is. It was the very first show that we had ever done, and then so every year when you come back, it's like it's pretty dope. It's like it almost feels like a coming home.
Yeah, this is my first year here. Despite having been with Beauty Launchpad for going on 3 years now,
Mm-hmm.
I've always had someone else who was my managing editor, my boss, who came in my stead, and now this is my first year here, and I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's pretty cool. Like tomorrow's going to be like crazy. As we're recording this is Saturday. Sunday will be mad, man. There'll be like 40, 50,000
Yeah, because
people
that's
here.
when the show floor opens, so I'm psyched to see it because I know there's some big brands here, and I know the energy is going to be electric, so I've been looking forward to it all year, and we're finally here.
It's amazing, man. It's really cool. And this is your second premiere, right, Sophia?
Yes, I came last year.
Yeah? You're
I'm
pretty
really
stoked?
Excited. I'm excited to see familiar faces because last year, obviously, there were so many people. I was just finishing up school, so I was super overstimulated. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my TikTok inspiration. And then, I don't know, I got to meet everybody, and then I'm seeing all the familiar faces now, and then I get to meet more people, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's cool, right? That's what's very cool about these shows is that you get to, like you said, like you go like, oh my gosh, I watch that person on TikTok or it's our like level of celebrity, right? When you kind of when you kind of hear and you're like, that's so and so, or like you're on the elevator or something, you're like, oh, don't make a fool of myself, right?
Don't even make eye contact. It's okay. I'll see you later.
It's so crazy. So our guest today is Lex. Oh shoot, I did it. What is it? Ruggiero, also known as I do all the hot girls' hair. So Lex and I met. I kind of owe you an apology, and I've only apologized to you about 1,000 times about this. But we actually met. We met at the Hair Brand Awards in New York. I was coming off stage, and I was a little ditzy.
After winning Podcast of the Year, to clarify, that's kind of an important detail.
Yeah, but it's so weird when I say it.
Yeah, but why not say it?
Well, you can say it. I know, but it's so weird. Like you never expect these things, and they're just like it's so awkward. But that kind of leads into it. Like I was feeling awkward and didn't really know what to do, and then Lex is like, "Oh, I'm such a fan of the podcast." And first off, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for stopping me. Although, I'm going to apologize every
it's
time.
my fault. You just won an award, and everyone was rushing to you, and I was just like, "Hi, I'm Alexa. I love your podcast. Bye." And I didn't expect a conversation to come out of it. I just wanted to let you know that I love your podcast.
Well, I appreciate that, and I got to tell you, I'm so glad that I don't even know how we hooked back up after that, but
just Instagram,
yeah. Right? Because I wasn't even really sure who talked to me. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think
I was just so overwhelmed.
Me and you were like, "Is it you who came up to me?" And I was like, "Hi."
Yeah, well, I felt so bad. Yeah, no idea. Like I was like,
don't sweat it.
Because I tried to get back, and then about that time,
no, it was like crazy.
A swarm of people.
No, it was crazy. Yeah. I wanted to touch base and let you know.
Well, thank you. I totally appreciate appreciate that and appreciate the thing. And again, I just felt weird and bizarre about it.
I've been listening to the podcast actually for a long time. It's funny. I almost sent you the other day. I saw a story of me sharing in 2020 to my stories, and I was like, "This is such a great podcast! Everybody go listen to
really?
it." Yeah. I must have exited it to you, but I was like, "I'll just talk to you about it today." But I think it was an episode with Gina Sicard, who I also love. And just during the COVID times, I went independent and started listening to podcasts just because I had no guidance for going independent, and this was the first one that I listened to, and I was listening to it on the treadmill, and it just helped me go independent.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, man.
Yeah, it's like a full circle moment for me. So.
Oh, yay. We can applaud that. That's very cool. That's cool. So many people have come up to me and said that listening to the podcast is kind of gave them the confidence to either go out on their own or to go into a studio suite or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Nina Tulio's here this weekend, and she's always been my inspiration, right?
I love Nina.
Nina's great, right? And with Nina, it's if she's got it all figured out, right? If you have any struggle at all, in the suite world, reach out to her because she's got the numbers and the deals and stuff like that. So you've been independent since 2020?
Yeah. I went into lockdown and left my commission salon, and I just never went back. So I've been independent ever since.
How's it going?
Good. I love it.
I do too.
I love it. I wish I did it sooner, but I wasn't ready. Yeah. So I worked in a commission salon for 8 years, and it was a space where they kind of they'd kind of scare you from going independent, and they're like, it's so much work. You're only going to make $1 more an hour. Like, so I was terrified. And then I did it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I make my own schedule. I see the clients that I want to see. I do the services that I want to do only. Like it's amazing. I can travel for work. Yeah. Like, it's the best thing.
No one to answer to, really. Like, you just
and it's the best. Yeah. And I know it's not for everybody, but for me, it aligns with my life really well.
I think that, you definitely make more money doing it, but you also work for it.
I think it depends. If you break it down, like the hours that you spend answering clients, all of that, and you actually break down everything hourly, I don't know if it's much more.
Well, I think there's, let me back up. I think that there's more money in your bank at the end of the month.
Exactly.
However, you've earned that money.
And
it's not free money.
Yeah, it's up to you where you put it and how you delegate it. But I think if you don't have systems in place right away, you're probably spending hours doing work and not being paid a ton for it, Yeah, totally. When it comes down to it, yeah.
How many years were you a stylist before you went?
I was a stylist for 8 years.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Because to kind of circle back to Nina, she wrote a piece that's up on Beauty Launchpad's website now. Because I know I've just been talking to a lot of different stylists. And we talked to Gordon about this too when we did our podcast about sort of how the hair industry pushes this idea that you should be independent and, be your own boss, and how that's maybe not the best for new and emerging pros, and how it sort of takes some time. And that idea really fascinated me. And I was like, who is someone I can reach out to articulate this? And you actually recommended Nina to me. And she wrote this great piece that's super helpful of breaking down all the different models and sort of what they entail and how to know what's a good fit for you.
And I think it's different. It's different for every person, every single person. It's whether you're a commission or independent, it just needs to align with your lifestyle. And like I said before, if you don't have systems in place, then you're going to be spending a lot of time doing a lot of work. And then when you break that down hourly, it might not necessarily be more hourly,
Is that sort of your advice to anyone who's looking to go independent or sort of trying to figure out is this a good fit for me, who's maybe just starting out and kind of needs to still find their footing?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think you can come right out the gate and be independent and do fine. But again, it's having those systems. And I feel like it's really hard to learn or know those systems without working in a space where that's kind of put out for you for a little while. Working in a huge salon for me, I learned a ton about business that I brought into working independent, So I think it can be beneficial.
What's your best advice to somebody that might be fresh out of school and wants to start at a salon, but they don't usually we start commission, but it isn't aligning with their schedule. They don't having somebody be the boss of them. They want to be their own boss. What's your best advice to build a clientele so that they can afford that and do all of that?
So my best advice for if they're working commission and they want to transition. Yeah, I'd say honestly, social media has been the biggest thing for me. I've been able to sell out my books and just take the services that I want to take, and investing in your own education I think is so important too. That was massive for me. I feel like hair didn't click for me until 8 years in, truly. Me going independent is when hair started clicking for me, because I was investing in my own education. And you pay a lot of attention to classes when you're paying for it yourself, for sure, So just invest in your own education, take as many classes as you can. Put yourself out there on social media. I know it's scary, but post the work that you want to do, be really active on there, and just really mold your craft. Spend your time when you're at a commission salon, just learning your timing, learning just money, business, sales, just squeeze everything you can out of that situation and then move on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great advice, actually. While you're there, take advantage of why you're there, and don't always be looking how do I get out of here?
Exactly.
Kind of sit in it and go okay, what can I learn here? Okay, well here they've done this really great thing. Yeah. Whether it's did you come up in a summit salon or something?
So the salon that I was in wasn't Summit for the first 4 years I was there, and then the final 4 years it was Summit. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that when you were talking. I was like, oh, she sounds like she comes from a Summit salon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
level system, all the things. But honestly, I feel like there are a lot of differing opinions on that. And for me, I like to be very organized in my business. And like we had our little notebook where we're writing down our sales and writing down our goals. And that actually is something that I've carried with me, just like you do it enough and it's just subconscious in your brain. So I felt like that was very beneficial to me. I know a lot of people say that like, I don't know, that it became a little more corporate or a little less like family like, but at the end of the day, it's work and like.
It's so funny because our story is exactly the same.
So funny, yeah.
You're like, I worked at a salon that wasn't a Summit salon, and then it became a Summit salon, and everything that you were saying is what the staff was saying as well. But I actually think Summit's really great as far as like learning it, because you have to remove that it's Summit, you have to remove that what it is, but what it is it's just teaching you how to run a corporation.
That's the thing, and it's just taking the feelings out of things, and I think that's huge for business. Like I want to have fun at work, and I want to have friends at work, but at the end of the day, like. It's a business, and in hair school, we're not learning those skills. You're not learning business skills. You're learning how to do hair. So I feel like that's also why a lot of people fail is because they come out and it's all like, we're very emotional and we're very artsy. And we like all of a sudden are spending too much money on color that we didn't even think about, or like not selling retail or things like that. So I think it can be really beneficial.
It definitely is, you know, and I think we needed to like, just kind of like reframe it as about this is just how you do business, you know, like this is just business. I mean, whether you can decide what scale it is, you know, you can decide whether it's the other thing too, that I think a lot of people misunderstand maybe, is that it's your business behind the chair, whether you're W-2 or not. Yes. Like that's still your business, you know, and the skill and being a W-2 employee, you get the what word am I looking for? Leverage, maybe not even leverage, but you get the ability to play within your business. Yeah. Like, how am I going to make money? How is this? What fires me up? What doesn't fire me up? Well, you can do that on somebody else's risk.
Exactly.
You know, because once you're in the studio, that's all your risk.
Yeah.
You know,
totally.
That's all you.
Kind of like test the waters more.
Exactly. And like I said, just squeeze everything out of that situation that you can. Like there are a lot of great, amazing things that come from being in a commissioned salon, and just get what you can out of that situation. And some people stay there their whole career, and that's awesome. Like some people just want to like come in, do their craft, not have to worry about the other stuff. And like, I completely respect that too. It takes a special type of brain to like want to do all of the other stuff. And it's definitely not for everybody, and that's totally okay.
I don't think I could do a salon. Like I couldn't, not working. I don't want to be misunderstood. I could not manage a salon. Like I would not want to have a salon where I had to manage people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's a whole different ballgame.
Something else.
And it's a complete different business skill. Like it's, like I said before, like we learn how to do hair, but managing a salon, just because you're a good hairstylist doesn't mean you're going to be a good salon owner. It's two completely different ballgames.
No, I agree.
Like there should be there are courses, like you should really get educated on how to like manage people and run money, because a lot of salons just run into the ground because they're being run by just not just a hairstylist, but a hairstylist who knows how to work behind the chair and doesn't necessarily understand all that other stuff. And
we think that that's the rung in the ladder, right? Oh, well, I'm a successful hairstylist. Exactly. I'm bringing in a lot of money, so now it's my turn.
Totally,
right? It's totally my turn to be a salon owner and stuff like that. Without actually, I've talked about it a couple of times on the podcast. Is like I actually think that that's the biggest issue with the industry as a whole, and I'm totally speaking generally, so don't eat my shit for this, but that like it's exactly that. It's like, yeah, you're a good hairstylist, but are we investing enough in leadership and business and how to build and lead other people? Because you know, when you're behind the chair, the only people that you're leading is really yourself and your clientele, but you know, now you have to lead everybody. You know,
it's the same thing with education. It's like, just because you're good at your craft doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a great educator. It's a totally different skill set. To teach somebody, you know.
We're also in such a people pleasing like mode all the time. So like I feel like I don't know if I could run a salon, because if somebody needs a day off and it's like becomes a habit, but it's always something that's actually important, like either they're sick or like someone passed away, whatever it is, I don't want to be like mean and be like, oh no, you can't take the day off, but like I also need you here, you know. Like it's just like setting boundaries and everything when you're a people pleaser is really hard. I'm like,
definitely. And I think that's a skill that people learn eventually, and like learn the hard way sometimes. It's just like maybe being too close to your staff, like having that line in between being like an owner and being friends with everybody. I feel like that line gets blurred sometimes, and that's what makes that
well,
hard.
I think it's just a blurry line.
Yeah.
Right. Because you also don't want to work for the person who you can't stand.
Totally.
You know
totally.
what I mean?
And we work in such like a fun industry, and it's just so easy to like collaborate and all that. But so sometimes those lines, I think, get blurred. Yeah. It's easy to,
like I said, I think they just are blurred.
Yeah.
You know, because you've also heard the boss where they're like, "Golly, man, can we have a cup of coffee?"
Yeah, yeah.
you hear those stories too. All right, I want to bring you back a little bit. So you did a post about. You said you were doing 8 years and hair didn't click for you for a long time. You did a post about it that totally intrigued me. I think you did it right around Christmas too, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Kind of go through that post and tell me about that.
Yeah. So my journey with hair is kind of crazy. I was in my senior year of high school. There wasn't a huge push from my parents to like go to college or anything. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was a musical theater kid, and then I had an A in chemistry. So it's like, how do you combine those two things? And so it was like, what am I going to go to college for? And I just went to hair school, day one, enrolled, hated it. I'm like, well, what am I doing here? I just kept going because I didn't know what else to do. I didn't like doing hair all through hair school. Like I would literally run and hide when clients would come in and they'd assign us clients, just because I didn't like what I was doing. Like everything was ugly. It was like roller sets and perms and just ugly haircuts. And I was like, this can't be like what this is. Not to mention like the teachers being like, well, you're going to work every Saturday and every night for the rest of your life. So I just did that. And then I got out and I started working at a really big salon in my town, and I saw the stylists there, and everybody was like very successful, and they had their own houses, and they were going on vacation, and they were traveling, and I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. And then throughout that process, got discouraged a lot of the time because I went through an assistant program where, so side note, like I don't have any natural talent for doing hair. Like I wasn't like braiding my Barbie's hair when I was a kid. Like I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. So everything I've learned has been very like by the book, technical, like teach me step by step, because like the art side of it's not there for me. So I was in my training program, and these girls would come into the assistant program with me, and everybody was like so naturally talented, and I just didn't have that in me. And so we'd be doing like a haircut demo or something, and everyone would be like, chop, chop, done. And I'd be there for 2 hours with the owner, just like, is this line right? Is this line right? And like none of it was clicking for me. So I immediately thought like, this isn't for me. I'm bad at this. And like, funny enough, like those people ended up quitting and not working at the salon. And like, I'm here today, you know? So I just went through that process. And then honestly, like the business stuff came into it, and that got me very excited. And I started tracking numbers and kind of got involved with that. And I feel like that made me a little hungrier. And then it was right before COVID, I started getting into social media a little bit and started posting things. And then lockdown happened. I left and started investing in my own education. And I feel like the salon I was at definitely provided a ton of education, but it wasn't stuff I wanted to do. And so people would come in and be a service, like they'd show me a picture of like a lived in color. And I'm like, oh, like I just don't know how to create this. Like I don't know what I'm doing. So I sought out classes and subscriptions that taught that stuff. And it wasn't until I started doing that and what I was doing started coming out good, and I started attracting more clients like that, that it started to click for me. But that was truly year 8. And so in between all of that, I went back to college to be a personal trainer. And because I thought like, this isn't for me. I didn't like how, and when you're first starting out, every day is different, right? So you don't have an established clientele. So you're getting all these new clients. Everything was new. No day was predictable. And that ground shaking under me every day, I was just like, I can't do this for the rest of my life.
It's funny you pick personal training because that's exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It's so funny because the hours are the same. Like it's just, so I liked working out, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go to school for personal training. And then I started doing it, and I'm like, I can't even get up at 5 a.m. to work out. Like, how am I going to convince other people to do this? Right. So it wasn't what I was doing necessarily that I didn't like. It was how I was doing it. Like I had 10 clients a day, booked back to back. New clients would like sneak into my schedule. I wasn't able to do my best work. Like I'm a kind of slow hairstylist. I take 3 to 4 long appointments each day, and that works for me. Mm-hmm. But in that space, I wasn't allowed to do that. So I was working to fit a mold that didn't, like my personality and my work ethic didn't like support that. It just felt like it was like a conveyor belt of just people going by. And had to like get them in and out, you know. Definitely like quantity over quality. So then I started working for myself, and all of those things that made me hate doing hair, I just took away. I'm just like, I'm not doing this. Like, you can sit in my chair for 3.5 hours, get a great lived-in color that's going to last you 8 months, and I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to put a new client in your process time. Like, so
that's been a game changer for me because I like you were saying, I came up in a Summit salon, and it was about how many heads per hour, how much you could do, which honestly I appreciate it, because I never made more money in my life than that, certainly not in a commission situation.
Yeah, my shoulders hurt from blow drying so much.
For real, like,
right? It taught me so much. And I bring some of that into my business now. What's
interesting is after COVID, I decided the same. Like, I'm just going to do single appointments, and I'm just going to do like what I want to do kind of thing, which has been a game changer.
Totally.
Completely. And you can charge a little bit more for that too. Cause I don't feel like it's not, it's not, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it.
Yeah.
You can't do it otherwise. But what's cool too is like, even this week as I'm leaving, like people are like, can you get me in? And I'm looking at my book and I go, well, I mean, I've done it before. I can do it, I can do it. So, you kind of, the squeeze-ins are different now.
Yeah, it is. And it's just like on your terms. And I don't even I had new client anxiety so bad when I was working in my commission salon, to the point where the front desk was like, are you okay? Like, the front desk doesn't like you because every time we put a new client in your schedule, you like have a panic attack. And I'm just like, because it's a new client that maybe I need to talk to for 30 minutes, and you're giving me 30 minutes to do their color. Like,
you think that was it, or you think it was just the new client?
I think it was all of it. It was all of it. I have such an in-depth consultation with my clients now. Like, we both know exactly what's going to happen and how this is going to come out. My consultation?
Yeah.
So I have a new client form, first of all, that people fill out, and it's basically all the questions that
do they do it pre, or do they do it when they get there?
Pre.
Is it like a Google Doc or something?
It's a Jot form.
Okay.
Yeah, so I use Jot form, and I just got tired.
Hunter would be proud.
Loves Jot form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Jot form. It's great. But and these are the things that you learn when you go independent, and what I'm talking about, like utilizing your time wisely. I was spending a lot of time going back, hi, what's your name? And they're like, I want to get my hair done. Okay, cool. What do you want to do? When are you available? What's this? What does your hair look like? So I would be going back in the DMs back and forth with people just doing that. And I'm like, this is too much. I'm putting this in a form. They're going to upload pictures of what their hair looks like now. They're going to upload pictures of their goals. I'm going to look at it, see if it's something that I'm even capable of. And then I'm going to send you a list of the appointments. I'm going to send you how much the service is going to cost, what your maintenance is going to be. Here's an email, book or not. That's my situation. And it's done in 5 seconds. So that's what I'm talking about just utilizing your time wisely and, And
doing hair.
Yeah, doing hair.
Yeah. Kind of brings it back to doing hair. There.
Exactly. Just taking, having systems in place where you're not spending all of your time corresponding.
Where'd the hot girls come from?
The origin story, full origin story?
Oh, yeah.
So I was one day going through my phone, making content, and I was just scrolling through all my clients, and I have some badass clients. I feel like they're just business owner, bad bitches, and moms, and they just I don't know. I have amazing clients. And so I'm like, damn, I really do all these amazing women's hair. I do all the hot girls' hair. And then I was like, that would be a great shirt. So I first of all Googled it to make sure it didn't exist already. And
it does now, a couple places.
Yeah, I will not Google it now. No, that's a can of worms. So I Googled it and it was nowhere. And I was like, there is no way that this doesn't exist yet. It's such a simple, it's one of those ideas that you see and you're just like, why didn't I think of that? There's no way. So I had a shirt made. I had one shirt made. I got it. And then I was at a class in Minnesota and I went back to my hotel room and I just posted a quick selfie in it. And it immediately went viral on TikTok and Instagram, just hundreds of people how do I get this? What do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm making a t-shirt business now. So I'm sitting there and people are wanting to order it. Meanwhile, I'm just side note Googling how to make a t-shirt business. Yeah. They're when can I get one? I'm 2 weeks. And then I'm how to make shirts. And so I immediately just figured it out, launched a website that night. And I had people in the comments already being well, I'm just going to make this. And so I immediately filed for trademark same day. And I just made it happen. And so, yeah. So I sourced the shirts, I did the thing, and it's just been, the rest is history.
So it's a merch company.
A merch company, yeah.
A pretty dope merch company.
It's insane. It's like changed my life completely.
Has it? In what way?
Changed my life completely. I get to meet so many people from it. Like I've met so many of my like heroes from it, and even just like being here today, and I've like seen people wearing my merch and people like shouting out my merch that I'm wearing. It's just like a crazy moment for me. And like all of my drops have sold out, and I think it was, what was it, my third drop, I posted a picture on TikTok and it went viral, and my Shopify on my phone was just like ding 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 ding. I'm like, it felt like a movie. It was like, is this really happening?
Incredible.
It was just like
That's
bing,
great.
bing, bing,
So
bing, bing,
cool.
bing, 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 and it was insane. So I'm like, and that drop I didn't cap it, so I just kind of like let it fly, and I'm like, we'll see how many we sell. And then
So are they pre-ordering them before they're made?
so I've done it different like every single time. I have a good system in place now, but I'm doing pre-sales now. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah. So
It
before,
pays for itself, right?
yeah, exactly. So before I would just like post some merch and then take sales, and I would just like let it fly, and then I'm suddenly producing 300 hoodies and people want them in like 2 weeks. So still working out the system, but
That's amazing. Though. It's so cool.
It's crazy. It's been amazing.
It's so cool too, where it was just like a silly idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the universe literally just plopped that into my brain, and I'm like, how does this not exist? You know? Now it does, and it's trademarked. So love it.
Yeah, let's get into that.
It's mine. Yeah.
So I saw you did a video yesterday here at Premiere.
Yes, I saw that. I was
This
going
is
to
a video?
mention. Yeah,
Okay,
I was
no,
gonna
go ahead,
mention
bring it up.
I
Yeah.
did.
So there was a video. Was it you approached someone at the Orlando airport?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who was wearing a version, like a knockoff version of
Yep.
your merch.
Yep.
And you approached them. And I mean, I kind of want to let you tell the story, but yeah, like, go ahead.
So I'm waiting for my bags, and I'm sitting there, and the people I were with were like, hey, Lex, is that one of your hats? And it looked identical, like from the side. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. It's like the first moment I'm going to see someone wearing my merch in the wild. And then I go over and I look, and it's a version of my hat that has one word changed. And it's actually a company I've already taken legal action against. And I was like, I have hats with me. Should I just like ask if we can trade? And so I went up to the girl, and
Okay, whoa, how'd that go? So you went to her, and she's
I
sitting there with a
walked up
hat.
and I was like, hi.
And she's like, who's this stranger?
Yeah, I was like, hi, I'm Lex.
Who's
I'm
this?
actually the owner of the original company that made the hat that you're wearing. And I actually just took legal action on the company that sold you that hat. I'm like, I have an original right here. Would you just want to do a little swap? And she was so nice. And all the girls that she was with were like super nice. And she was like, yeah. And she literally just took it off, handed it to me. I gave her a new hat, and I threw hers in the trash.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what
funny.
you
The
did.
trash,
Just was
she was
was
like,
that in the video? Yeah,
Yep.
that you
Yeah,
put
yeah,
on
it
the
totally
trash.
is.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
In the
cool. I
garbage.
wasn't
And
sure.
Just like garbage.
I'll do it again.
As you should.
I'll do it again.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. And like, it's stuff like that where I think there was a moment where people were knocking me off, and I was like getting a little discouraged from it. And the two videos, like I haven't made like a story time talking about it or anything, and I won't, but the two videos that I have posted addressing it have just been like very on brand, just like silly, funny, like, okay, like I'll show you guys, you know, like, and that's just like who I am, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit before. I encourage you not to get caught up in too much of that. So I have a client who, I actually haven't seen her in years, but I had a client, and her mom was literally the inventor of the banana clip. Remember the old banana clip?
Oh,
for
wow.
the hair?
Those have been coming back too.
Right?
I've seen
I know,
a lot
right?
of people making
Right?
videos
They're
with
due
them.
for a
Yeah.
comeback.
I like the
Those are
only
great.
thing that actually holds my hair.
Hold your hair.
Yeah.
So she invented it in like in the 50s or something, or the 60s. Like my client was literally the first person in the world to ever wear a banana clip, if you can kind of think of that, right? Because it's her daughter, right? So she does a banana clip. It was called the Mane clip, MANE, because the woman thought, the mom thought that it looked like a mane to a, when you did it, it looks like a mane to a horse.
Yeah, it does.
Right? Like the center line, the mane there. So anyways, but she lost her fortune suing people,
Oh yeah.
you know, and
Expensive.
and you know, at some point, like, is it worth it?
You have
A, is the stress worth it? B, is it financially worth it? Because here, you know, for the first time in your life, like, you're growing money, you know, and then is it worth like then putting that into you know that and for me at this point in my life, it's like, is it even worth the stress? Is it even worth like worrying about it? You know, and I know you got to protect yourself, and it's just awkward or weird that we even have to do that, you know, like. But
I did do that. So there were 2 companies that actually did something like that, and I kind of like weighed my options, and I'm like, how much of these is this company selling? And it wasn't many, and I feel like I had the industry kind of like rally behind me when that happened. And like so much good came out of it. I made so many connections. Like I got to like it's because of that. So like silver lining. But I looked at one of the companies and I was like, this isn't even worth whatever. Like they filed for a very similar trademark that's going to get denied. I talked to a trademark lawyer about it. But then there was another company who was selling like hundreds of them to boutiques all around the country. I was waking up to like 10 DMs a day from people just being like, look at this. And I feel like it's amazing that so many people have my back, but it was definitely like overwhelming and disheartening to so that was one that I decided I'm like, this is worth going after. Mm-hmm. So I did. And they decided to stop, but there's a bunch of them in the wild. So I'm going to be playing whack-a-mole, just like replacing hats. So
how can you tell?
This one had one word different. And I know, I mean,
was that the hat you found at the airport yesterday? That same one? Okay.
Yeah. And so I don't drop ship or anything. Like my hands are on the merch from beginning to end. Yeah. So I like order it, I get it, it gets printed. Like I touch everything. So I know what's coming out. I know if I made it or not, you know. There's a handful of items. If that's not it, I have a branded font. So all the things are.
So you can brand fonts?
Well, I've just used the same font on everything, so it's like it's very branded.
Right, like Taylor Swift has like the folklore font.
Exactly.
And
like I don't own the font, but like.
Hey, shout out to Taylor Swift getting all her music back.
Yeah,
I know.
That's Taylor's version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a relic of the past. That's an era that started, was not finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah.
For her.
I just have so much respect for her.
I just love to see people win, like especially with something like it's theirs and it's art and you work hard for it, and it's just like for somebody to just come take that. It like
it's kind of a similar story.
Similar, yeah.
We're
basically the same person.
Yeah, exactly.
You and Taylor?
You were saying she looks like Ariana Grande, actually.
Dude.
So.
Me?
Yeah.
You? Oh my gosh.
You guys
Corey said that to me as I walked over. He was like, she looks like Ariana Grande.
No. You're started.
She's my favorite person.
You clearly can tell.
She's my favorite person in the world. Yeah.
I love her. What is it? You do like musical theater?
Yeah.
Can you also
got any Wicked songs?
impersonate Ariana Grande?
I have to be in the right mood.
You're in the mood.
No, I have to
what
be
are we doing?
Mood. No, we're not doing it right now.
Come on, what are we doing?
You
see it though, right?
You want the finger, the holding space for define
gravity. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, we'll just touch.
Just do that.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see Wicked?
Oh my gosh,
yes.
so much.
So good.
Yeah, so good. I think I might have seen it a couple times.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen the production? Or you just haven't seen? You haven't seen any of it?
Like stuff on TikTok about it.
Yeah,
it's so good. I've seen the Chicago touring production. I haven't seen the Broadway version, but I've seen Broadway and Chicago, their version of it. I've seen the movie.
Wow. I saw it on Broadway when I was like 10, maybe.
Oh, so you've seen it?
Yeah,
yeah.
I haven't seen the new one with Ariana.
You just haven't seen the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
She did so good.
I thought Ariana Grande
nailed it. You forgot it was her.
Yeah.
And part 2 is approaching, so that's soon.
I
later on
wait.
this year.
I know.
Yeah, she's
such a great. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed
so good. And I was a little bit nervous about it because
that
Broadway show is like so
iconic.
Yeah. And also the fact that like the first part was so long, and I was like looking
I
at
was
the
worried about
the Broadway
that.
show, right? And I was like, how's this gonna go? And like watching the whole first part, I was like, they needed every minute of this. Like,
I don't get why the first half is as long as the show.
Yeah.
Right? Like how did they double it? But it didn't feel like it was.
It didn't.
It didn't. No, it didn't.
You what?
Like they don't really add anything either. They just somehow make it longer.
I don't get
adding
it.
a new plot in there.
Yeah, I don't get it. You know, it's gonna be a 5-hour movie, and like the show is what 2 or 3 hours with an intermission, right?
Yeah,
that's so crazy to me. So yeah,
so good. Yeah.
It was so good.
It was so good.
Go ahead. Which one? Which song are we doing?
I don't have one. I don't know.
Mindless and careless.
What's that one with Mac Miller that she did? The Way.
Oh yeah, The Way. Yeah,
The Way.
It's a good one.
I was just listening to that yesterday.
The Way?
The Way, yeah.
The Way. Which way? With Mac Miller Way?
Yeah.
The Mac Miller Way. That's awesome.
And I'm thinking about her every second, every hour. Do my singing in the shower, picking petals off of flowers. Like, does she love me? Does she love me not?
I ain't a player. I just.
I'm not That's your part.
She owned it. Her part.
The Ariana Grande part.
Oh yeah.
The next verse.
The next. What's? Oh, go.
I don't know.
You're like, I'm not a singer.
No, you missed it.
No,
Do you have pipes? Yeah, I missed it. I flew in straight from Midway.
It literally sounds just like Britney Spears. It's insane.
Yeah, like insane.
We did a full Britney Spears. Yeah,
we did.
I'm surprised how many hair people have musical talents as
well.
So
many. It's so interesting. I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, and I think it like being a successful hairstylist in that collab, just because you're like, it's kind of like a performance a little bit. Like when you're at work, you're just like on and you're there and I think musical theater helps that a lot. And I feel like for me, that's why I love content creation so much, because I got to like dip back into my theater days, you know?
Right.
That
I
makes
should have
sense.
totally, I have like plain brain. You mentioned you did musical theater. So of course you can sing.
No, that's okay. I feel like in some way I've ended up like right back where I started, like doing all my favorite things. Like
that's pretty cool. I kind of wish I did. I wish that I had like a theater background or something.
So
certainly when you once you crack the camera open, something happens in your brain and you're
Yeah.
like, it's somewhere else. It's
Yeah.
not you anymore.
No,
But
exactly.
all you're trying to do is be authentic.
Yeah. No, I know.
From a totally inauthentic
balance,
kind
yeah.
of thing. It's so
Yeah,
wild,
it's
man.
a balance.
Back to the musical theater, just because I'm curious about that. Because I'm like a reject theater kid. I can't sing to save my life, but I love like acting, and I did like plays and stuff.
She
like
made
that in high
sets.
school. Yeah. Do you have like a favorite show you've done, or one that like?
I liked being in The Wedding Singer a lot.
That's fun.
Yeah. I would say Wedding Singer or West Side Story was fun. I was in West Side Story.
Did you ever have to do Guys and Dolls?
I didn't. Nope.
Our high school did Guys and Dolls. That's like
Yeah.
a super common
Are
one.
you a dancer too?
Not well.
I mean, West Side Story is
I-
like super
I tried,
ballet.
yeah.
right?
I didn't do any of that. I was never casted for any of those roles. No, I did a lot of like humor stuff. Like I got cast for a lot of funny stuff.
And you were, so when you were at HBA, when we first met, like
Yeah.
you were up for an HBA as well.
Yeah, for funny content creator of the year. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
love humor. Yeah,
It's awesome. It's
yeah,
where we have to live.
yeah.
Right?
I've backed off a little bit because I felt like I started to not be taken seriously at all. Like I'd post like
There's that line, right?
I would post like I have a consultation video that I posted, or a video of a client where I'm like, oh, I had this client fill out a form and I just had them do like all these crazy things on the form. I'm like, I had them do a physical challenge. Like they had to do all this stuff. And I'm like kidding and being satire. And I posted it, and there were just people in the comments obviously being like, I can't believe you make clients do a physical challenge to sit in your chair. I'm like, it's a joke. I think I said, I make them run around the salon and find a comb and I time them. And if their time is good enough, then I'll accept them as a client. And people are like, I cannot believe that you do that. And I'm just like,
By the way, that's a more their problem than
this
it
is
is
a
your
joke.
problem.
Oh no, and I don't care. Like none of that stuff bothers me at all. But yeah, I had to stop. I stopped doing it a little bit because I did feel like I would post like real hair content and people would be like, nah, like
Give
tell,
me the
tell
jokes.
us a joke.
Yeah.
Tell us the
You
funny
know?
girl.
Yeah, exactly. Like tell us. a
Jacob
joke.
is amazing at that.
Yeah.
Because he's both like funny and like, but you still
Yeah.
see that he has a
You
skill.
need a balance. Like I
Yeah.
need to. I do like one funny video now for like every 5 educational videos, and like I'll add humor into it a little bit, but it's not all like all my videos were satire before, and I'm like,
That's
I-
Morgan though.
Hmm?
That's Morgan, right?
oh yeah, it's like the industry can get so heavy sometimes, and that's why I love doing it. Just like it's not that serious. Like it doesn't need to be that serious, you know?
We make it way more serious than it needs to be.
And
Yeah.
that stuff
We do
always
that in
did
life anyways.
really well on BLP because we posted a lot of stuff from like Morgan and Drew, and that's always the stuff that like popped off
does
on
too,
our
yeah.
feed. Like, and so I think it does really well in the hair industry. But then the problem is when that stuff goes viral, then you have people outside of the industry who are perceiving it and they don't like get it. And so
Absolutely.
that's where a lot of those like
Yeah.
comments come from, and it's like that weird
if you
like
were in the industry and
Yeah,
like,
you know.
you
I
just
think-
know.
it's that
not
weird
like that.
fine line when you put stuff out on social media where it's like,
Oh yeah.
you know, your target audience is very much like other hair professionals, right? But then you have no idea who else is going to
yeah.
see it because you're using a trending audio or something. So it just pops up on
Yeah.
someone's feed who like is not going to understand the context of it all. And it's this weird like double-edged sword.
Yeah, and you just have to be ready for it. Every time I
Yeah.
post anything, I'm just like, all right, here we go.
Do you engage?
I used to. I don't
this-
anymore. I don't
yeah.
have time anymore. And like it
You don't get any gain out of it. though.
no, and I'm in such a space where like my like aura and my bubble is like so like my energy is so protected, and I don't follow people who make me feel upset,
Cringy
and
or
I don't
anything, yeah.
yeah, like I just don't. And I did feel like even though I would be like razzing the people in the comments a little bit and nothing ever like you can't offend me. So I'd be like,
Oh, we can't.
no, you can't. You
Oh,
literally you
challenge.
can't. No.
Challenge accepted.
No, I will just assume like I don't know, nobody who says anything bad about anybody is living a life that I'd want to live, you know.
Fair.
I wouldn't want to trade places. So whatever, like say whatever you want to me on social media, but yeah, I forget what I was saying.
No, basically that.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah.
talked to Jacob about it?
No, but we're social media friends, so
We're buds.
Yeah,
Social media
yeah,
buds. Oh,
yeah,
Sophia is. He just started following her this morning.
Oh yeah, you know the TikTok video where someone's like about to like go on a really long flight or any flight, and they're like, "Convince me that this person commented like Tate McRae or something."
Oh yeah.
I posted my story of Jacob starting to follow me, and I was like, "Convince me that he followed me. I just got off the plane, and I still don't believe it."
That's
Like,
funny. That's so funny.
I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then he's like, "LOL, hi." I'm like, "I'll see you
It's so
later."
funny. Yeah, everybody's so nice, honestly, with these things.
It is pretty cool. Certainly like from an outsider, here's what I've realized is that the people that are kind of like making waves or kind of doing their thing, like they're not the ones that are a pain in the butt. It's the people that are kind of like coming up behind them or wanting something. That's where like a lot of the,
because I feel like we're all just too focused on ourselves. Like I just like,
not in a selfish way, but just
no, just like I stayed in my lane. I have my business. I'm not looking at what anybody else is doing. I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm just like trying to make a dent in the industry authentically as me and show up as myself and just, I don't know.
Has that been a process or is that something that
It's been a process. Yeah. When I first started doing like any content creation or anything, I started on TikTok, and I started out by I was trying to do like serious how to become a 6-figure hairstylist education. And I just felt like even though the information I was giving was valid, it just was too serious for me. It was like exhausting. And I'm like, I'm not a preachy person, and I'm also not going to like tell people that one way is the right way to go. And like, we all have different avenues. And I just kind of felt like I was getting into a space where like, I'd say, this is the way to do it. And then people would comment and be like, no. And then it just became very negative. And back to the comment thing, like I just don't allow that negativity into my space. Cause even if I'm like joking with somebody in the comments, it's still like an energy, adrenaline shift that it's a level I don't want to be at. So I just kind of like stay in my little energetic, positive land.
Do you remember the first like quote unquote funny video that you did that you were like, this feels right?
I think it was that one about the consultation form.
Really?
Yeah. And it like, that was probably 2 years ago at this point. And I was just like, this is funny. Like, I think it's funny. So I'm going to post it. And the comments were just hilarious. And I was, if you go back and look at that video, I'm definitely active in the comments, just like messing with people. But that was the first time. And I was like, wow, I could like really do this and just
have fun.
Just have fun.
That's very cool.
Like it should be fun. Like if it's not fun, stop doing it.
Thinking of similarly like aesthetics branding, going back to, because we talked a little bit about fonts and I like had a question and then wanted to circle back to that. I love the like cherry red and the whole cherry aesthetic. How did you kind of decide on that like aesthetic? Because I feel like it could also be like very pink and like girly, like again going back to like Glinda, like there's definitely it's
giving,
very
like,
generic.
bad bitch,
Yeah,
like
I love this question.
So how do you pick?
So it's funny. It just all like clicked. I thought of the brand, and then I don't know. I feel like sad beige and like millennial gray, like everything's very like aesthetic and beige and all that. And I just like the company Skims, like all those ad campaigns are just like basic, plain, easy, like all plain. And I was like, I don't want to do what anybody's doing right now. And this was almost 2 years ago now. And I'm like, I want this to be like tacky, millennial, back to like Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, paparazzi days. Like, let's bring back the bubble letters on a baby tee. Like,
it's like Y2K a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now that's all back. Like you were ahead of the trend.
Well, it's actually so funny that you say that because with that just popped into my head like cherries, and I made like a mood board for it, and it was like cherries and lip gloss and lips and flames and all this stuff. And I went so hard with the branding that people will message me now pictures of just like any item in the wild that has cherries on it, and they're like, look. And I'm like, it's just, I didn't create cherries. Like but the branding, I love like marketing. So I feel like the branding is so strong that people like associate this brand with like cherries now.
Love
it's
that.
So funny.
I'm like thinking of a tumbler I have back home that a cousin got for me that's like silver rhinestones and has cherries on it. And now every time I look at it, I'll just think,
somebody sees the cherry emoji and they're just like,
they're like,
took this.
Apple is copying you. Yeah, no, but it's not even an exaggeration. Like people send me shirts in stores with cherries on them, and they're like, look.
I think that's fun though. Like I think of certain, like one of my favorite things is like certain fictional characters because I'm a big reader, just like movies, television, all of that. And like I think it's fun when certain characters get associated with a certain object or a thing. So like I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of, like, for example, Percy Jackson's the first thing that comes to mind. Like, he has this thing with blue food in that book. If anyone's read that, right? Like, that's a thing. I'm thinking of another character I've watched in a show. He has a thing with lemons. And so whenever I see lemons, I like think of him.
So funny.
I don't know.
Bizarre.
It's just, I'm trying
Now
to think
you've
of
got
like
cherries.
better example.
Now you've got cherries.
Cherry girl, yeah. The cherry girl,
I'm
yeah.
trying to think of
Lexi
a better
Cherry.
example,
Yeah.
Cherry
but
Lexi.
Yeah.
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 Kind of sounds like a stripper name.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
isn't that like your favorite color in the street you grew up on or something?
Yeah.
What's your stripper name?
Red,
Favorite color, though?
Red Maureen. Oh, that's kind of a
Maureen.
good one.
Hey.
Red Maureen.
I don't know.
Sophia.
Favorite color in the street you grew up on?
Blue Murdoch.
Blue Murdoch.
Wow.
You guys are like twins now.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
sexy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's hot.
Mine would be like purple Wilco. It's not good.
I don't actually
Purple
think that
Wilco.
that's the equation for it. I just made that up, but
Oh, well, you just messed it up then.
sorry.
This thing sucks. It's the
What was yours
worst.
again? Red what?
Red Maureen.
Red Maureen. Maureen. As in like a
I'm
woman's
writing
name,
everybody's
Maureen?
down.
Are you?
Yeah. What was yours?
It's purple and then Wilco. It's Wilco.
I truly just made that up. It's not a real thing, but
So that's
We need someone to Google that.
I just
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be it.
that's just a thing.
It is now.
It's a formula. Yeah.
Hey, if you're listening in, what is your stripper name?
Yeah. We need to get all of that in the comments.
in the
Let
comments.
me-
Also, comment.
I thought it was your dog's name. No, not everyone has a dog, so I guess that doesn't make sense.
how did we get
First pet.
Pet.
Yeah, pet.
Oh,
Because of your cherries?
It's probably that.
What is it, Greg?
Drag queen. It's your
What?
first pet's name and the street you grew up on.
That's your drag
Oh, so
name?
I was half right.
Drag name.
Okay.
Riley Murdoch.
I'm Tara
that does
Castle.
sound like a stripper's name.
Tara
Did you say
Castle.
stripper or drag queen? Did you say drag queen? Riley Murdoch.
That's your drag name?
Yeah.
I love that. She sounds hot.
Riley?
Can't afford me.
You're so Jay Ladner right now. The snap and the sleigh.
Where is he?
I know. Did you see him?
No.
No? Who have
See
you?
him. I need to say hello to him while
To
he's
Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only made it to the 3rd floor and then I came back down here.
Yeah, he only lives on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just hangs out there. Lex, who have you run into?
Who have I run into?
What friends have you run into?
All my friends that were just here.
And you're here with Framar this week.
I had dinner with them last night. Yeah, and I'm doing a meet and greet tomorrow.
That's so
Cute.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it'll be really fun.
That's
with
awesome.
my friend Melanie, who's here.
With Mel. Mel! Oh my gosh. Yes. We talked about Mel in the DMs. I just didn't realize that was Mel.
That's Melanie. Yeah,
that's Melanie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because who was, I was, when I was talking to Joelle Torres, and apparently they're working together here real soon, sorry, Joelle. I don't know if that was like,
Cat's out of the bag.
I know. Sorry, Joelle.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to say when I was writing the Presley Poe recap that Joe told me, and I was like, do I mention this? Do I not? And then I just left it out.
Yeah, it's probably, you air that way, right?
Yeah.
You coming next year? Presley Poe and Friends?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pencil it in. It's going to be April 25th, April 26th, if you're listening in, April 24th, April 25th, and April 26th.
Okay.
Come down. It's not that far. It's only a few hour drive, right? Where you live?
I live in New Hampshire.
Oh, never mind.
I'm sure.
I thought you were a
I
Jersey
live
girl.
near like Manchester.
My friend lives in Lee.
Oh, okay. That's kind of far from me, I think.
Oh.
I actually don't know where, for a place that I've lived in my whole life, I don't know where anything is.
So you're from New Hampshire?
From New
I
Hampshire.
didn't think anybody was from New Hampshire.
No. Everybody who lives in New Hampshire is from New Hampshire.
Oh,
'cause
that's no one leaves New Hampshire.
Adam Sandler from New Hampshire?
Yeah, he's from
Yeah.
Manchester. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Down over from me. Yep.
That guy. I didn't know he's from New Hampshire.
Yep.
That's what I thought. He was
okay,
like
I
a
have
Jersey
question
kid
for
too.
everybody.
How come you New Hampshires remind me of Jersey kids?
I don't know.
It's a small town.
Jersey's not so. Oh.
Well, no, it depends where in Jersey, I guess.
Yeah.
But would you guys rather dress like Adam Sandler every day for work or dress like you're going to walk on the red carpet?
Oh, this is a great question.
Oh,
Adam Sandler all the way for me.
Lex.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with either, but I feel
That's a cop out.
no, I truly don't. Like
Okay.
I think you should work however you're comfortable, and I
Yep.
think you should attract a clientele who respects how you're most comfortable. For me, I feel like my best self when I have glam on. I try to like be like comfortable behind the chair too, but like I get dressed for work. You know, I don't show up in like a hoodie,
Mm-hmm.
no hair done, no makeup, and I truly don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I just for
It's
me.
not the way you want to do it.
In the way that I'm like productive, and I'm like staring in a mirror all day long. So if I look like shit, I'm just like,
it has to be like streetwear, like baggy shirt.
Yeah, I do a lot of streetwear.
If I'm gonna do the baggy look, it has to be like vintage tee, streetwear. But I'm not gonna wear sweatpants and a sweatshirt to work. Not that there's a problem with that.
Yeah, I'll do.
I don't want to get bleach on my favorite comfort set.
Yeah, no, I get that.
There's that bit, you know, that bit. What's your go-to? Take out the color out of clothes.
Oh, like seltzer water.
Oh, does that work?
Kind of.
What is that? Kind of is it like?
I wear black. I wear black a lot, so I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, same.
Really.
Just bleach, and then you just like put a Sharpie on it or something.
Throw it out.
Yeah. Or you do that.
Yeah, but like my regular clothes that I wear at home, I don't like staying a lot of my clothes at home. Not like a messy eater.
See, my mom's Italian and she stains like
that's so yeah. You're
all the time. Like that's her thing.
Yeah. No, my husband's like that. He'll just be like, boop, drop. I'm like, you got a little.
Got a little thing on you.
I have plenty of like the Tide stain wipes with me over the weekend. So if anyone stains, I'm your person.
See if that TikTok spray actually works. The stain remover stuff. Have you guys seen that? People will literally rub strawberries on a white shirt. They spray it and it disappears. And there's no like crazy. They don't do separate clips. And I've never seen anything bad about it. I don't know. They're also like they earn commission. So I'm like, that's when I'm like, okay.
Oh, well,
but I don't know. I really want to try it.
Do you have a TikTok store?
I don't. No, I haven't. I've like looked into it a little bit, but I haven't done it yet.
What?
I've always like felt like this. I've had the vibe towards TikTok store that I feel like Shein does, or like any of the other stores. I feel like when I like accidentally ever scroll over to that tab, I'm like, is this actually legit or not?
Yeah, no.
I ordered this camo hoodie. It looked like the Abercrombie one that's trending that everybody has. And I ordered it and sweatpants came with it. It came in the mail. It was like 2 sizes too small and it looked like marble. It didn't even look like camo. I was so mad. But like the brand, it was so hard to get in touch with them because it took forever to get there.
Yeah, no way.
I'm like, I can't even return it now. I mean, it was cheap, but like I can't even return it now because it's just going to be a whole thing. But it literally looked like marble. Yeah, like that's not camo.
When we were talking earlier, is it worth the stress? Is it worth the squeeze?
No,
it's not even worth the squeeze.
No.
Yeah, I have a list of like potential things that I want to do and like projects and like that's on it, but it's not a priority.
So when you mentioned that like when your shirt went when it was on TikTok. So how did people find out where to purchase that thing?
So a bunch of people commented, like hundreds of people commented, and when I had the website up and running, I went through and commented back to every single person. And I was like, it's here, link in bio. You know,
bio, right?
Yeah. So now it's just like in my bio, and I have a Shopify store, and people
love Shopify.
Love Shopify.
No, it's the best.
Great.
Shout out, yeah.
Shopify. How's that been as far as like how was that like setting up the Shopify store and stuff? Because isn't it kind
simple.
of a pain?
It was simple. Yeah, I have a very basic website, but yeah, it was another skill. Like I mentioned before, like all of this is just stuff I've never done before. So I like learned how to be like a clothing manufacturer. I learned how to like make a website and learned how to print on clothes, and like my husband helps with that a lot. He'll like be like hot pressing things and stuff like it.
Oh, so you're literally manufacturing it.
Oh, start to finish.
So you're not drop
I don't drop ship. No, I source the clothing.
Whoa, hold on. So when you get those 200 like hoodie sweatshirts, like that's
you're making
the deal.
all of those.
Yeah, that's why that's why I'm so passionate about protecting it. It's like hours of work and time.
Yeah.
Like I source the items myself, and I find great quality items, and there's a way to do that in like a cost-effective way, and that's research that you need to do. I get them. I was sending them out to be printed on before, but now like everything's me, and my husband does it too.
Mm-hmm.
And I put all the marketing in the packages, I print all the labels, I package everything, like full truck bed just filled up, and we're like going to the post office, like start to finish.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
At what point is that too much? Are you getting there?
During launches, it's not too much, but I like to give my all to whatever's going on. So like when a launch is happening, I'm like so heavy focused on that everything else, content creation, and like I just like go to work.
Oh, that is your content.
Yeah. So, but even that lacks, like I don't like make content on that because I'm just like so busy working on it. So eventually I'll outsource, I think, once it becomes a little bit bigger. But for now, making it work. Yeah.
It's
Love it.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's such a cool brand too.
Thank you. I think it's cool too.
You know,
I think
it's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel weird as a guy wearing it though.
I know.
You know, I feel
No,
like
I mean,
I just feel
don't.
I just feel
Don't.
it's just
You shouldn't, yeah.
I think it gives creep vibes though.
I guess it could.
You know, like if I was a gay dude, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
but I'm not.
That's true.
You know, so I just kind of
maybe a hat would be acceptable.
Yeah, because like
Because it's like you're repping somebody else.
And the thing about the brand, and that's why it's so great, is it's like it's hyping up our clients. You know,
that you know what, that's really cool.
Water.
That's a good perspective there.
Excuse me.
That's all right. Got another one?
Yeah.
I think 3's good luck.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
That was a faker.
Had to get it out. Cut that out.
sick.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
Let's not manifest.
No manifesting that stuff there.
Yeah.
What else is going? So when's your next launch?
My next launch is hoping for the end of June. So I'm still in
So
production.
we're close.
Yep, I'm in production right now. I'm actually wearing it right now. This is
What?
like,
That's it?
This is the new launch. Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's a
it's
jam.
Cute.
I'm definitely gonna buy one.
they're so good and they're so like feel quality.
I know. I
I
Hello.
source for quality too. Like that's another thing about it. Like the shirts themselves. It's a lengthy explanation. Yeah, it's a very lengthy explanation. There are like
Are
wholesale.
they going to be like 10% more expensive at the end of the month?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, same price. All
right.
Yeah, so I don't like there's a lot of different ways that you can get stuff, but like I research and I order tons of samples and I like make sure that it's like good quality stuff that people are going to want to wear, stuff that lasts, like fashion forward. Like I don't want to just like slap my name on something, you know, like I care about it a lot. Yeah.
You should definitely like put like a little QR code or something on the sleeve. So bloop, you can do sales right on.
Oh, true.
That could be cool, like a
Or like
white
on the
line in
tag.
corner that's
Yeah.
like slanted a little.
Like something
bit.
on the outside though.
Oh, yeah,
so you
so
can,
like
so you
I
can
could walk
just,
around and people could just
Yeah,
scan it.
not just
Right
you,
on.
but even in your
Yeah.
regular production. Like where'd you
True.
get that shirt? You're just like,
Yeah.
bloop, and then you got a sale.
I'll add
Oh,
that to
you
the
could do
list.
one, like right, like here,
You can
Yeah.
do that.
like on the back, like right at your neck. That'd be
It's true. Okay, I'll add it.
Because you already got them. Because if they have to go home and think about it and then remember what it was and all
Yeah.
that, then, you know,
Yeah.
No,
it's
they'll
like
go behind
frictionless,
Yeah, totally.
you know? That's the jam. So, so how often are you doing launches?
So I think I've done 5 so far. And all the legal stuff kind of like set me off course. Like I would have loved to be doing this like 2 months ago, but like I said, I was like a little discouraged and then dealing with that. And it takes like a lot of brain power to deal with that stuff. So I wasn't really feeling in like a creative space. And I wanted this launch to be, this is like a whole new design. So that like I created completely from like the graphic to everything. And I knew I wanted to do that, but I just didn't have the brain power during that time. So yeah, I've done
Like the space,
I
not
didn't
the
have
brain
the
power.
yeah, I didn't have
You
the
said the
space.
space
Like
for
I
it,
was just
yeah.
tired from working on other things, and I wanted to make sure that
capacity.
yeah, I wanted to make sure that was taken care of before I moved forward. Yeah, so I've done 5 launches.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Kind of proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I'm proud of anyone in the industry that's kind of like doing stuff, even
Thank
doing
you.
something a little bit different in the
Yeah.
industry. Like how are they showing up for the industry,
Yeah.
which you've done, right? And then how are you doing it, you know, just for the industry in
Yeah.
a weird way too.
Yeah.
And even this is a different level, right? Because it's really a shout out to your clients.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's what I wanted it to be because I literally have the best clients, and I just feel like they're all badasses, and I'm like, yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Do they wear it?
no, but everybody asked me, they're like, can you just make one that says hot girl? And I'm like, I don't know if
It's a different brand.
I want to wear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be weird to walk in a room just wearing a shirt that says hot girl.
Unless they're walking next to you with that shirt.
Exactly.
I think they get
like
it.
if we make content or something. Or actually, I'm not gonna say it.
Go ahead.
I have something that might be coming. I'm not gonna.
Oh.
no, I can't.
Oh, we'll chat
Because I was
after.
going to say, I'm not a hairstylist
Yeah.
at all by any means.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't do
Yeah.
hot girl's hair. I would be.
Yeah. I would just blab about everything I have going on. Like I need to shut up.
Your husband's texting
I
you.
know.
Shut up.
I know. I just like get so excited.
NDA.
Yeah.
NDA.
Yeah. literally.
Yeah, and everybody that's listening, sign the NDA. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, cool. So what's going on? What's happening in the future, and what are we doing, man?
In the future. So launch at the end of June and just watch out for more things. I'm excited. Hoping for some more collaborations and stuff, just like growing the brand. Yeah.
That's cool.
Watch out. Who knows?
One day at a
Yeah.
time.
One day at a time,
Hey,
truly.
Framar, if you're still listening, man, we
Oh my
need some
gosh.
hot girls Framar shit. We need hot girl. We need
Foils?
Hot
we
girl
need cherry foils.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Literally, when
You
you
guys
brought up
said it.
Fraymar, that was where like my mind went. Is you should do a collaboration and have it be like cherry foils.
All right. You got to take it up with them.
Hot
All right.
girls like Framar.
Hot girls like that. You know what? You're right. Hot girls do like Fremar.
They do. It's true.
All right, Geo French. Listen up, Maria. Listen up, Maria.
If you're listening,
Yeah, we need some hot girl cherry foils.
that'd be iconic. Yeah.
That would be dope, wouldn't it?
Do they have any cherry currently?
They do have cherries.
Ah.
But not hot girl cherries.
Yeah, we could put our minds together and come up with something.
Do
This is
something a little
great.
more signature.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be so cool if you're the actual client and it says, "I do all the hot girls' hair on
I
the
know.
foil."
I mean, my clients like go nuts about it. They love. They're like so supportive of
You
it,
could
and they
say
just.
this girl's hair is hot because you're frying it, but like,
Yes!
It's true. It's true. Well, they just came out with the foils with
Lexi.
Harry Alexa. Yeah.
Yeah, the flame
The
ones.
like.
With the flames.
Yeah, I love that.
that's so
Yeah.
cool. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, me too. I love her.
Yeah, we haven't met. I haven't met her in real life.
I haven't met her in real life either.
Oh,
but
really?
No, we're
So
just
this
like
weekend?
social, yeah, we're just like
Yeah.
social media friends. Yeah, but she's just another one who's just like great energy in the industry. She's like very talented, but also not taking herself too seriously. Like,
Oh, she's so sarcastic
Yeah,
in all her videos,
and, like, not-
she's
yeah,
attracted the right people. And like, I don't even think people comment on her posts anymore, like being like, "Why would you say that?" Because like, she's just attracted.
Yeah.
to the
She's
right
who she-
audience.
yeah.
yeah,
Like, if you don't know she's joking, just keep scrolling.
yeah. And that's the
Like,
thing too. Like, your content attracts your audience. So if you're
Yeah.
posting a bunch of like serious, like yelling at people, dramatic content, you're attracting just like the worst audience
gross.
ever. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want silly geese. You know.
Yeah. It is pretty.
Yeah, I just want silly geese.
It is pretty cool where we are though, because between Jacob and Em and you and Morgan and Lexi, like just that people are actually using this space to have fun.
To have fun.
Yeah.
That's
You know?
what it should be about. You know?
And I actually think that Emily and I've never seen anyone else educate, but I've seen them educate. Emily and Jacob and Ben, like them being funny makes their information more consumable.
Yeah.
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 Kind of like, oh, okay, we're allowed to have fun, and then it kind of I think it puts you in a different brain
Yeah.
set where you're just consuming.
Totally. Well, we've all been at classes where like it's hour 3 and you're just like, oh my gosh, like when is this going to be over? And I think
Yeah.
if you add an element of that to education, like it just makes it more interesting.
Yeah, it keeps you in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and you can't wait
Yeah.
for what's next, as opposed
Yeah.
to like dying, dreading what's next.
Yeah.
Because what's next is you just want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, stop talking.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Hey, Lex, where can people find you?
People can find me on my Instagram, Lex Ruggiero, or you could follow at Hot Ruggiero.
Ruggiero.
Lex Ruggiero.
Like the mobster.
Yeah, exactly. My twin. If you guys see a picture of this guy, you'll
Quack, quack.
yeah, or follow Hot Girls Hair on Instagram, Lex Ruggiero on TikTok, and just watch out.
Watch
for
out.
what's
And,
next.
and most importantly, order a shirt or a hat.
Yeah, support your girl. Yeah.
Support your girl.
Yeah, what type of drop the whole line? What can people get?
Oh
Hat,
yeah,
shirt.
so there's t-shirts, there's tank tops, there's baseball hats. I do trucker hats, and then this graphic tee coming out soon, and just different things every time. So
Cool.
and once things sell out, they're gone.
That's
So
That's
get it
the
while it's
drop.
hot, and then it's gone, and then a
Get
new
it
thing
while it's
comes
hot,
out. Yeah,
girls.
yeah, get it while it's hot, girls. Exactly.
Get it while it's hot, girl.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Lex, thank you so much for hanging out,
Thank you so much
man.
for having me. Like I said, it's such a full circle moment. I'm so happy that you had me. Yeah.
Of course, man. I'm so happy that I'm so happy that you assaulted me at the HBA
Oh
Awards.
yeah. One thing about me is I'm gonna introduce myself. Like
That definitely happened.
always. Yeah.
That definitely
Yeah.
happened.
Yep.
Dude, thank you.
Thank
You know,
you. Thank you guys.
I so look forward to our growing friendship moving
Yeah,
forward
absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
hanging out and stuff. And of course,
Totally.
next year at Pressy Poe and Friends, you're
Yeah.
gonna be there.
Totally.
You're gonna bring some of your hot girls' hair. So,
Yeah.
we should talk.
We'll
Okay.
talk.
Anyways, we'll
We'll
talk.
talk.
Anyways, where am I at?
I'm
trying to get out of here.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get out of here. Thank you very, very much for joining us on your day off.